All that,
these,
all that.
yeah, like
Yeah.
these are the things that make
But
a community go around.
That's a
but
fact.
the number one thing people need to do is stop catching felonies, because that's how they stop you from arming yourself and
Yeah,
protecting
That's
yourself.
true.
Because
yeah,
once you get an F in any state, you can't get no firearm. And they knew what they was doing when they put that felony out there. Okay, you can't have no city job, no state job. So
yeah.
what are you
Nah,
gonna
you're
do?
right. Well, this
Like
is
like
now okay. So a solution in that sense is, since there are
mhm,
so many people out there with these felonies, these are the people
uh-huh.
that need to learn the trades. Y'all are the
Yes,
ones that need to
yes,
learn the trades and learn how to build the houses, learn how to build the gardens, and learn how to
yes,
do all the
yes,
irrigation and
yes.
all the things that can help be part of the infrastructure and the whole part of the community that we need. And now women, if we really want to, we can get trained to shoot. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
true.
Mhm.
so,
Hold on,
we
hold
can
on,
pick
hold,
up
hold
the
hold
slack
on.
like we always do.
Look. If you look back in the 1800s and the 1700s, there was black cowgirls that can shoot.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
we got to get like, they got to know their history. A lot of people don't, like these girls out here. They don't know their history. They get on
Nah,
social media and you know what I'm saying, and
They're
twerk
deep
and
in the program, man. They deep
yeah,
in the
like
sleep in the
it's
matrix.
crazy.
So you know
Yeah,
what? That's why
yeah,
I'm saying, like, listen, as long as we putting this info out, somebody gonna hear it. It's gonna plant a seed in somebody's mind,
that's
yeah,
and
it.
it'll grow into something else. And as long as we just keep giving it to them and we're watering the seeds, of
yeah.
all these different solutions. But I can't stress it enough how
Hmm.
important it is to work on yourself. Like,
Fact.
Yes.
seriously,
That
work
part.
on
Yeah.
yourself. Like, I'll even throw this jewel out there. 10 out of 10 times when you're having an issue with anyone or anywhere, it is
Hmm.
you. It is you. It is you. It is you. Like, you have to understand how much
Yeah.
you create. Like, you are such a powerful creator. You create every aspect of your reality that you experience. That
Yeah.
you'll be, it'll boggle your mind. And by understanding and learning self mastery, learning what your emotions are, that energy traveling through your body that you feel, and you react in that energy rather than transmuting that energy. Like, this is all part of really just learning how to love yourself, because once you can do that, it's going to be so
Hmm.
much easier now to see someone else's value in them too, and you're like, yeah, I want to work with this person and help them because we
Hmm.
can help each other. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if you
That's a
got all this
fact.
conflict going on inside of you, you over here trying to compete with somebody that you can be partnering with. You know what I mean? Like, you got all these resistances up, and that's why I can't stress
Hmm.
it enough. Like, self-love is the key to us truly becoming a better people.
Number one key at that.
Facts.
So yeah,
But
yeah.
like I was saying too earlier, like, there's so many things going on, and I know, Red, you wanted to touch on with Biggie's mother and this
Yeah.
situation going on with her. Not for nothing, before you start, Puffy
Hmm.
has done that family so dirty. Like,
Oh my
Hmm.
God.
man. So good, go ahead, Red, because that's
Crazy.
Well, well. In Rolling Stone, she did an interview in Rolling Stone, and I forgot what the quote was, but she wanted to smack the ish out of Puffy and everything. But on March 9th, when Notorious was murdered and everything, I think 2 days later she was on Hot 97, and she
Mhm.
said, "Y'all will not believe who got my son murdered." But if you was in the game back then, in the rap game or whatever, you knew what was going on with West Coast and East Coast and different stuff. And a lot of people didn't know. Tupac, before he got murdered, he wanted to do a East Coast death row, and he had a lot of New York people that he was talking to, the start this
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah. Well,
So
Biggie was about to leave Puffy. He was saying it the
that's a
day
fact.
before he got killed that he was
Yeah,
telling people he's
yeah,
leaving Puffy, and he had this mega deal that had everybody, Junior Mafia, oh man, am I getting a drawing a brain fart right now? But everybody was going with him. They were
he
all
definitely
gonna
had Brooklyn. He definitely had Brooklyn with him.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah. So allegedly, let me just get this
allegedly
out there first before people start saying anything. Yeah, like he was the type of, like, basically when you said he was getting ready to start his own label on the YouTube, they said he already had a check for some millions of dollars.
Yeah.
To start his label, and what I was hearing throughout the grapevine, he was doing that double album so he can get off from Puffy.
Of course.
That
was the last thing he needed to give him.
But my thing is this: if I'm wrong, somebody tell me if I'm wrong. But if you running around in Bed-Stuy, Brownsville, downtown Brooklyn with a bulletproof a vehicle, and you go out to Cali and they don't give you no vehicle with the height of the Tupac and Biggie beef, and plus you getting calls. So come on now, a whole East Coast and a whole West Coast. Now you got fans that will kill over beef that I say allegedly the media does start. So when you look at it, like now they got everything with Puffy now. Puffy this, Puffy did this.
It's all gonna come out.
Yeah. If you was in the industry, you knew what Puffy was doing. You knew what a lot of these labels was doing. There was a lot of homosexual things going on in these industries and everything. So
take that.
That video,
but look,
that crazy.
But look, the crazy part. But look, the crazy part. You got to look at who groomed Puffy. That's the point. Who groomed Puffy and who groomed the dude that groomed Puffy? And that's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm not saying no names, but look at who groomed, and look at who's dead now and who's still alive.
Yeah.
So it's a lot to that. If they throwing this out there on YouTube about Puffy, about what he did, it got to be some truth to this. I'm not saying it's true, but it's some truth to this. What was going on and everything. So now people is coming out talking about it. Okay, and like you said, Wendy, what comes around is going to come out.
Comes around. Listen, Cat Williams said off. This is the year of the truth. The veil is opening up, and people are seeing all the fuckery. And you know what's also interesting on a more metaphysical level? You know, we are in the age of Aquarius right now. The age of Aquarius is the age of consciousness, the age of togetherness. This is the age of the feminine energy. We're about to have, after all this stuff comes to surface, because, you know, there has to be a purge for us to get past it, to go on to the next level. We'll have 1,000 years of peace, because the feminine energy is now coming back to surface. And that feminine energy is about awareness and nurturing and change and creativity, where there's this forming of like Terrence Howard is also a part of us getting into this level, because out of all these years he speaks on all this stuff, and now he's heightening people's awarenesses that's ready for this next level, that's ready for the evolution of our consciousness. There's going to be people that are not ready for it, and they're falling right now. Look
at it like this. Terrence Howard. Look at Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I'm a big fan of him. I watch the Cosmos. That's my favorite thing to watch. I love science. But for Neil deGrasse Tyson not to publicly try to break his situation down, if he disagreed with him and he said he gave him the paperwork so he could look at it and see what he think about it, and he just red mark, and then Terrence Howard said, okay, so we're going to talk about it, and he's like, I'm not going to answer no more phone calls from here. So for Neil deGrasse Tyson, a person that's like one of the best out there, that always quick to publicly talk about any discussion, no matter what it is. It seems like he's scared to touch the subject. And
Neil deGrasse, he got
somebody
two
else said that
choices.
he might be bought, and
Well,
I'm
he
starting to
definitely
believe
did.
it, allegedly.
No, listen, it's just the same shit, like, you know, with Shannon Sharp. You can't bite the hand that feeds you, right? So at the end of the day, you know, he has two choices: either agree with him and lose everything he has, or say nothing.
See, that's the key.
And that's the problem right there.
And that's what he's doing. But there's gonna be other people though. There's gonna be other people. We don't need Neil. There's gonna be so many other people. Even just look at social media alone, like TikTok. I mean, you really have people that are professionals coming forward, and they're agreeing with this information. You know what I mean? I see a lot of different videos about that. I'm guilty of being on TikTok. I love me some TikTok.
But TikTok give you your history too. It's
absolutely
like,
hell yeah.
It's like people sit there and be like the history is right in front of you. Like my man said, I ain't gonna mention his name, but he said they putting this in front of us. They putting this in front of us, right in front of our eyes, and we still ain't seeing it. Well, certain people ain't seeing it. We're seeing it. A lot of people are seeing dollar signs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people are always gonna see dollar signs. Like, you know, this, like I said, we're progressing and we're moving into the next level, things are just gonna get more interesting. Hi, cutie.
Hey, buddy. Awesome.
Grandson came in and chilled with me for a little bit.
That's so cute.
All right, let's go. Bye.
Hey, man, adorable, man. Yo, I love kids, man.
But nah, I'm loving the progression of where we're headed, and you know, technology and AI is the next new wave. Like anybody out there, if you can learn anything that you can on how you could be a part of AI, please go out there and learn it. Learn cybersecurity, learn computer coding if you don't mind getting into that. Like, these are going to be the next skills that pay the bills. You know what I mean?
It's going to be there for a long time before Skynet comes.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you this.
Facts, but definitely, that's the skills that pay the bills, because somebody got to program these little guys.
Look, I got on AI. I'm going to say I'm an AI junkie right now. Like, yo.
You too is addictive.
Man,
does everything for you. I don't need to be smart.
But the stuff that you can do on this and everything, and plus they put it on TV now. I just seen on this program that the dude needed a dual what he had to do. He had to do something for college to pass a midterm test.
Yeah.
And his brother said, just put it to AI and it will write a paper. It will write the paper.
Oh yeah, they've been on that wave. Even my daughter.
I just found out about it. Like I got like 7 movies that. But
I'm trying to become a rapper.
Look. The whole thing is, I said the movie out. I said the movie from the beginning to the middle to the end, and I said it in AI. I said, this is what I want. They came out with a whole thing, and I'm like,
wow. No, AI is real. It's real, yo. Like, I was writing.
So, okay.
You can use it for anything. Blogs. Like, you can even do, I love with the pictures that you can make with it, too. You know, when you tell
I don't know nothing about that one.
Yo, the pictures. I did my album cover. One of my last album cover off of AI. Hold on, where is that?
Yo, let me tell you something. You could actually add it. You could add it right now. Yeah.
That's AI right there.
Oh, that shit hard.
Oh wow. Okay. See, look. Now you're gonna have me working tonight.
Yo, AI
is where it's at. Why would you use your brain?
So you just put in keywords and like what you want to see. Like, I forgot what I put in for this, but it had to be like, strong woman, spiritual, and that came up, and that's what I used.
I'm about to be Jay-Z next week. You know why? Because I'm using AI technology, and it's gonna use my voice at the same time. So it's gonna wrap the whole audio or whatever.
No, there's mad songs out
with my voice. It's gonna make the song with my voice. I don't have to read nothing. I'm gonna put it out there, yo. Like my single.
I wrote 3 songs. I wrote 3 R&B songs. I'm gonna put that in there tonight and
shit.
see what they do with it and everything.
Chat GPT is my shit though. Those my dudes.
Nah,
right there. Yo, shout out to Chat GPT.
Gemini, I heard, is the next one that's better than Chat GPT.
I got that one too.
Gemini, yeah, man.
I got both.
I forgot.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna be a Kendrick Lamar / what's the other dude? Drake? No,
Drake?
not Drake. What's the other dude that apologized? The one
Cole.
I'm gonna be Cole.
J. Cole.
I'm gonna be J. Cole and all that. They be like, yo, he's so nice. I didn't know you could rap that good. I know. And it's gonna think about it. The technology got so good that it's gonna take a picture of me, my image and all that, and me moving my head side to side, left to right, and then boom, it's gonna take my voice patterns, and then it's gonna create a rap song, and it's gonna create a video with a different setting from where I'm at, and it's all gonna be AI generated, and I'm gonna be the next rap out there from AI technology.
So we talking about AI now. So Wendy, you a spitter. What you think about AI?
Yo, I heard some AI like making songs where somebody made an AI song is like supposed to be the diss track that Drake wished he could write, you know. But I know it was AI. This shit was dope. I was like, yo,
fire, right?
I'm like, yo, this is crazy. AI can really, like, you could dead ass create a whole fictitious character and create a whole album and fucking videos and fucking sell this shit and make money. Like, I'm even saying that I'm like, yo, maybe I should make a character of myself so I can kind of start all over with my music. You know what I mean? But just let her do the job. Like, yo, like when they did the holographic Tupac some years ago. Imagine
that was lit.
Yeah, imagine what them holograms gonna look like now. Like, come on, man.
AI is gonna make us
talking about
dumb.
that they're gonna take they were taking the actresses and the actors, and they were, you know, taking scans of them because they talking about trying to make movies with AI.
Wow.
Yo,
and not pay fucking actors.
Yo, because what they're gonna do is they're gonna
crazy.
take different faces and they're gonna put it together to make particular characters and put them in movies. I heard about that.
Yeah,
so they don't even need it.
Man.
Wow.
That's gonna be so wrong.
So is that gonna take
what it is,
a lot of people's pockets?
It is what it is.
Absolutely. Just like Pixar took out all the money out of people illustrating artists' money. I mean, out their pockets. You know, people that drew The Lion King, like they drew that movie by hand. You know what I mean? Then Pixar come along and just crush it. You don't see nothing else that's been drawn by hand anymore. Like, that's like non-existent practically in movies. So now if they move on to this AI with, you know, real life movies, technically, you know, it's not really real life, but if people accept it, then yeah, a lot of actors are going to be out of jobs, and a lot of people's dreams are going to be crushed because you ain't never going to be an actor now. Because now they could just create a freaking computer generated movie. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it all depends on how much people receive that. You know, I think it'll be like a little fad in the beginning, but then it'll die. People like, nah, I want the real stuff again.
Nah, but you know, unfortunately, remember, AI has a learning ability. Right now, from the computer world, this is my world, I'm a computer engineer. So from a computer world and science, we was at the age of 11 when it comes to AI back a couple of years ago. Now we're at the age of 13. So once they get to the age of 20, it's game over. We have to worry about all the positions out there, because now all these fields, it's going to take time for it to get to the age of 20, but I'm just saying 20 is an age where it can do any and everything pretty much. Meaning that the only people that's going to make money is the people that got physical labor jobs.
They're talking about replacing chefs with AI.
Everything.
They already got bars. Like when I was on the cruise ship, this is last year, I was on a cruise ship, they have an AI bar that sat there. I have it on my TikTok page where you see a robot go making my drink.
I think I saw that. Yeah.
Yo, that shit was
I seen it at an inventors convention that they have an AI, or it's like a machine that builds roofs. So instead of people being on the roofs, you know, putting up all the pieces to the roof, I forgot the name of it, you know, but It's a machine that glides along and it puts down each piece. So now this is going to save people from falling off the cruise ship, and now this is going to take jobs. You know what I mean? Like,
we don't need you.
You can have a company and you have a machine that can basically put together a roof in half the time that it would take for people to do.
Yeah, hell yeah.
3D print. Think about 3D print. 3D print, like we was talking about this the other day, me and Zizzo. 3D print makes a lot of sense because when they got the big machines, you see like a handful of construction workers, and the machine is just going like this, putting it all around in a circle. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh yeah, the 3D print houses. Yeah, I was just
houses and building structures, all that.
Yeah, I was with a homeboy of mine that 3D prints everything. Yo, he 3D printed a Biggie as Spider-Man. This shit is so dope, yo. It's like a big Biggie. He's in a Spider-Man suit and he got the shit in his hand and it's just an action figure. I'm like, yo, that is so dope. But he can print anything. He's like, he was starting to show me that you can print sneakers. Like you can make sneakers with a 3D printer. I'm like,
well,
that's why they're making guns. That's why they're doing with the guns.
Yeah,
like
that's
exactly what they're doing with the guns. They make it 3D. That's why they're making ghost guns. And the reason why they call them ghost guns because they're actually regular guns. It's just that they have no barcode. They've been manufactured at your home. And you can make that stuff out of wood.
Yeah,
so
but
it's undetectable. Woo, that's sexy. But it's
you only could use it. You only could use it 3 times. So a lot of people, the ghost gun, you only could use it 3 times because it burns and everything.
You should only need it once. Nah.
Yeah.
Right.
But look, also now I want to do this. I'm gonna go the other route now. Where you think all this AI stuff come from? Do you think it comes from another source?
So from what I've understand about this, and also one of my favorite teachers speaks on it, everything is consciousness, right? AI is the same consciousness that when you get a aha moment, that's the same thing. It's just that we're creating another type of way for it to express itself, which is through technology. You know what I mean? Like the consciousness has always been there, but now when you just develop all these different, ways for it to express itself, it will. Just like we are a technology within ourselves. Like your body is self-healing. Like this is an amazing technology. You know what I mean? It's self-reproducing, self-healing. Yeah. We won't be able to make a machinery that could do that. You know what I mean?
See, you 100% right. Because on my way coming up here, that's when I came up with the symphony for the Paul Kill documentary. I sat.
You downloaded it. That was a download.
I zoned out and came back and said,
That's the download. You remember that movie, Soul? Did you see that movie, Soul? The one that Jamie Foxx did?
Yeah.
So you remember the part when people get into the zone and how now you're in a whole level of consciousness and all this shit we are no different. That's called channeling. Like channeling is something that we do all the time. Like whenever you get into the zone or something and then time just passes you by, what's dope about that too. And I learned this from my teacher. He said that, let's say you're zoned into something and it feels like maybe an hour went by. That's what it feels like to you. Yeah. But really 3-4 hours just went by. You literally only aged that 1 hour that you felt like it was.
It was,
because the way that consciousness and time works. But so back with the AI to answer your question. So AI is a level of consciousness, and there's 2 ways that AI can progress. Either A, it's being programmed by us, which is a no-no, and it should not happen because then AI will be racist. You know what I mean? We don't need that.
That's a fact.
The program is a racist. It's gonna be racist. Yep.
It's gonna be a racist ass. You gonna have AI calling motherfuckers nigga. Like you can't use that word either.
He said, "You are nigga."
But nah, real talk. But now the other way that AI can evolve is by learning the same way we do. Interacting with different things where they have to put it into different situations and environments so that they could basically absorb all the information and come to its own conclusions. Now that would be the more organic way for AI to develop. And that would be where the AI will help us, and it's not going to be no Skynet.
And create a Skynet anyway.
Yeah.
Just because they want it, they're gonna create a Skynet. You know what? These humans are messing up the earth. What? Cancellation policies coming up.
You know what's interesting? You know what's interesting? Real quick, I want to say this real quick. Just like how man creates God in his image, is the same way how if we programmed AI, we would program AI in our image, which would be self-destructive.
We ain't God until they realize we're not God.
They create the whole idea of God that people have, most people have, is created in man's image. It's a jealous God and a punishing God and a destroying God. Like, no, that's what man does.
That sounds like human emotions, because that's not really what God is. Because think about it. More than likely, in our opinions, me and Zizzo have pretty much a similar mindset when it comes to this. God is more like a force. It's like everything around you is an entity. It's not something that could be put as a person. You know why? God is so perfect in the sense that we try to understand God by trying to make him a person, but he really ain't a person. He or she is not a person. It's
it technically is a person because it's
a being. It's a being. Like Terrence Howard, we all beings.
Listen,
Black man's God.
All that is.
God damn it.
All. This is a mind fuck when you think about it. Dead ass. All. If you could just think of all that is, everything is literally made of God. Like, it's made of God. It's not that God created. No, God. It is God. Like, what else could things be if it's not made of God? Like, where did all this stuff come from?
Yep.
Where did the rocks come from? Where did the trees come from? Where did the grass? Like, this stuff is literally God itself. And that's what we are. Like, that consciousness is different.
We all connected. We all connect on the energy field. We might be one organism in micro little pieces. Like, for example, when Terrence Howard said that, kind of like got me all messed up. Where he was like, we could just be one cell and micros in it, because we don't have
like the Men in Black when he was playing with the freaking marble in the end. Like,
who's to say? Who's to say not?
But this been here forever. It's like this has been around.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. What else would everything be if it's not God itself?
Yeah.
But time don't matter. See, the whole thing is because we primitive beings, and 100 years is considered a significant time for us. But when it comes to a system like what they are, there's no such thing as time. Time is something that we created. That's why. Even though when it comes to time.
This right here, Terrence Howard brought this up. The flower of life. Yeah. Everything in existence is made of this pattern. So that means this itself is what God looks like, because me, you, light, dark, anything that you can think of in existence is made of this pattern.
Just waves of pattern. Literally, and it's pushing on each other. It's creating a system, what they call gravity, but it's not really gravity. It's just a.
But that's why they give you that force of Jesus Christ and the story of the Bible and all that. Though. Yeah, that's the control. The control.
Yeah, the control part was the control was, let me convince you that this Christ consciousness belongs outside of you, so that you won't understand that it is within you. And when you tap into it via self-love, via meditation, via learning how to understand yourself and self-mastery, recognizing the divine in yourself, which by easily you can recognize it in others. Namaste, motherfucker.
No, but you're right, and you know, when I look at it, we all have God in us. We're all a system of God, in the sense that we all connected to some extent on some type of energy field, in the sense that when you look at it, whether you believe in the system or not, to me, I just think that God is more of a physical system, spiritual system, but less than a personality or a person. Because I think as a human being, we try our best to identify with something that's close to us to say it's God in the sense that, all right, it's easy to explain God if we say that it's in the image of us. But the reality is that the system I believe in was really God, and I'm not talking about Egypt, because Egypt and all that and all those places where they got these tents, even they was under scrutiny. Like, what is it? Imhotep?
That's
Not
what it
Imhotep.
is.
I'm
God,
sorry.
listen, God is love.
Akhenaten even said that he's deceiving the people, and he got somebody to answer to, and he's supposed to be considered God.
Yeah,
That's to let you know that he's not God. He knows there's something that's higher than him.
absolutely.
And I think it's a system where there's so many things
look,
higher and higher.
I
And
won't
higher
say
and
it's
higher,
higher though. It's like God is love. Like that is our natural state.
That's
love.
what P. Diddy said.
No,
I'm just playing. He said he loved. He made a love album.
No. I tell people this: you study all the religions, you will understand what God is. If you study all the religion, you got people that study this and study that
You got to
come
study
up
science
with stuff.
too.
You got to, that too. You got to
That's true.
study everything that is existed to this day and back then to learn who God is and everything.
Yeah,
and then
people try to separate
you will understand.
religion and science, but you can't. It's two ways
You
of
back
talking
again?
about the same thing. It's literally two ways of talking about the same exact thing. But realistically, like at our natural state, we're love. That's why it feels so good when you're being loving. You know what I mean? Like when you're being loving, in that moment, you're experiencing your natural state. The shit feels amazing. You know what I mean? Or when you reach that heightened state of orgasmic moment, like that is your natural state. That's why people be so addicted to the nut. You know what I mean? Because you want to reach that state.
You're 100% right.
I'm serious, but that's our natural state of being, and in that moment, reality and non-physical merges, and you feel.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
I was like, yeah, I need that feeling. Let me get that. But real talk, like everything is just we are God.
That's why
I never looked at it like that.
No, but that's
it makes me think about Star Trek.
That's why you got sex fiends that goes for that all the time, just for that nut. Let me get this off.
It's for that good feeling. That it feels good. Like it's a rush of good feeling, and that is our natural state. And the people that have addictive that are addicted, what the thing is this, they want to be in that natural state, but they're so far from it with their resistance, right? With all the self-hate and the judgments and the guilt and the shame, they're keeping themselves away from that good feeling. So now they're trying to find shortcuts to it, but there's no shortcut. Those are temporary. You have to learn to go through all that fear and face all those problems and face all of that friction and release the resistance, and then you'll be back into your natural state of love. You know what I mean? Like and people, like I said, they keep taking shortcuts, and that's why people are sex addicts, because they want to shortcut to that feeling. But
that's you just hit on something that's very important that a lot of people don't really pay attention to. The reason why people are sex addicts because they're trying to constantly get that particular high over and over and over. Not because they just because they just want to have sex with everybody. It's because something's sparking their brain where that feeling is so significant that they just trying to have it happen all the time.
Yes.
And that's
I might need to give them LSD. No, I'm just playing.
No, but that's how crack fiends was. They was looking for that first high.
It only lasted 10 minutes.
That first high.
That good feeling, because that feeling is euphoric. It's euphoric. It takes you outside of yourself. It takes you away from the pain in that moment. But then you come down, and now you're right back where you started from, if not lower. You know what I mean?
That's why they had crack houses where they let them smoke, because if they let them smoke, after that 10-minute high is up, now they're gonna go scramble to get that money some more, so they can come back and buy some more. Addiction. I don't know nothing about that. I heard about it.
What'd you say, Red?
No. I said that's called addiction. Addiction was known out through the whole slavery was addiction, because other colored people didn't want to do no job. So they got that feeling to sit back and relax and let them do their job, and we'll get the money. Rich people, same way, and
Well, the
everything. They're
cokeheads,
addicted to
they're
money.
the cokeheads. That's, you know, the
Yeah,
white
yeah.
people, they like that Snow White. But real talk, imagine if whatever the idea that people have that God is, in terms of if God was to come down right now and treat people a certain way, right? Whatever you think that would be, if people were to start embodying that and act like that on a daily basis, imagine how much we would progress in this life if everybody walked around treating each other with divinity and value and awe and love, and you know, just all
But
those things
we did that already. We did that with the Black Wall Street. We did that because everybody treated their people equal and everything. And if you needed help, what they did, John down the block needs such and such and such. Okay, we're gonna go build
we
something.
can do it
for
again.
them. Yeah,
We can do it
exactly, and that's what we need to get at and everything. Because when we was segregated, like I said before, we was growing as
Absolutely.
a culture.
Martin Luther
and
King
everything.
said it before he passed away, that I think I led my people into a burning building.
Yeah.
Segregation was to desegregate and integrate people was probably one of the worst things to happen at the state happened at. I'm not saying it should have never happened, but it was at that moment, it was too soon. Because we just came out of all these different things. We needed time to build ourselves and truly build our own culture and our own community. But by doing this, it infiltrated it, and now it just got diluted to a point where we don't even have control. We don't even know what our culture is. Our culture is so toxic now. It's ridiculous because it was created by them.
Why do they always say, "Oh, why can these leaders nowadays be like Dr. King?" But y'all killed him. I get sick and tired of saying, "Why would you need to be like Dr. King when y'all actually murdered Dr. King?" And it was proven in court, and this is not alleged, that the government had their hand in his murder.
In the hospital.
Also,
after
you know what I'm saying?
He was still alive.
So to remind you is that even if you as noble as Dr. King, no violent prior to protest or whatever, he still got killed. The reason, and you know what's funny? Up until the time that he was trying to do that poor man protest, which would have been big because he didn't have just black people, he had white people too. He had a conglomerate. The same thing with Fred Hampton. When we could go back to the Black Panthers, it was called Black Panthers for a reason, because it's for protection of the black people. But what happened is, a lot of the KKK and white nationalists realized, yo, we got something in common. We were all fucked up. We don't got no money. We broke.
Yeah.
So we need to come together. And guess what? He did it. We came together. When you look at the movie, that's actual factual truth. And guess what? The government's like, oh, hell no. We don't want one society to be together because
once he started talking about economic power and using our money.
It's always the money, right? Think about it. Once they talk about the money, that's when they got to take him out.
Yeah.
It was
Because a lot of people don't understand the KKK wasn't fucking with us. They wasn't doing that crazy shit that the government was saying they was doing, because they was just like us and everything. If you look at history about the look. If you look at the Ku Klux Klan and different races and stuff, like I looked at a video.
That was pretty strong.
Yeah, look, I looked at the video.
Listen.
I want y'all to check out the Confederate flag. And see the real history behind the Confederate flag.
I know the history. The history around the Confederate flag is crazy, and it bugs me out that black people, the ones that actually are behind it, is like, do you know where this came from? Like, they literally made this to keep enslaved people enslaved. Yeah. And the North was like, no. And the South was like, yes.
But the North didn't care about the slaves. It was Civil War, not Civil War. Everybody keep on thinking it was Civil War to like, oh, free the slave because England already had it free. It was Civil War. You know why? Because those slave owners back in the South, they supposed to owe England money, and they didn't want to pay England nothing. They're like, oh, we're not paying you nothing. Yeah. That's when the Union was created to say, oh, well, we're gonna enforce it. Y'all need to pay us or whatever. But guess what? Even after all of that happened, and the war was over, those farm owners that lost the slaves got reparations. They don't talk about that stuff. They got money.
They got
tangible things.
Yep.
And then you got some slaves that say, you know what, we don't got nowhere to go. So if you pay us a few crumbs here and there, we'll stay in the plantation and dig cotton. Because remember, back in the day during slavery, cotton in America was producing 2/3 of the world's cotton. 2/3 was being created in America.
But look, it was cotton
and it was called back then.
It was cotton and tobacco.
Yeah.
Tobacco, those.
But cotton was 2/3. 2/3 of the world's cotton was being created right here in the States.
But also,
and it was by us going like this.
You got to tell them when British came over here, British told black people, if you fight with us, we will, you know what I'm saying, help.
They lied.
We will. Yeah, that too. Yeah. We will help y'all. We will help y'all. And plus, I want to talk about next week. I want to talk about the Star Spangled Banner.
That song is a lot longer than people think.
That might be longer than an hour.
No, that song is so bad.
Bingo. We got to talk about all that. We
can talk about that next week. Let's save some next week. So listen, everybody out there, I hope y'all enjoyed the show today. We had a lot of good laughs. I hope we gave you some information that can, just plant those seeds in there. And, that's what Awareness Academy is here for. Awareness Academy 411 at that, because, we are neighborhood peoples. We here to give you all that 411 about the different things going on. So definitely tune in next week. We will be back for more. And we got more to bring you. Go ahead, Red.
And plus, we're going to even get deeper into this history. We got to get deeper in the history. We started off, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
We're gonna go deeper.
Yeah, we're gonna go deeper because look, this is who I'm doing it for. He gotta know.
Next level.
He got to know. So
the next generation right there.
Definitely that and everything.
And listen, Whitney Houston said it, the children are the future, and that's not a cliche. It's actually true.
Also, Tupac said it's going to be a change, but he's not going to be the one that does the change. So it's us to bring the change.
Absolutely. And that's what we're here for. Awareness Academy 411. Yeah. Again, I'm your girl, Wendy Zizzo, here with Nappy Bread, Kirk the Jerk. We're here for your entertainment only, educational purposes only. And see y'all next week. Peace out.